Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Moore.
Hello there. Oh, boy. Welcome to another edition of To Tell the Truth. As you can see, it is a high-flying, broad-jumping, leaping, every other thing Far Eastern version of To Tell the Truth. These gentlemen doing these marvelous things behind me are from, of all things, traditional Chinese opera. And I did say opera. Opera there is different. We'll find out about it as soon as we meet our panel here on To Tell the Truth.
Bill Cullen. Peggy Cass. Henry Morgan. And Kitty Carlisle.
Isn't that something? Did you hear me say that that is part of traditional Chinese opera?
Yeah.
Opera, yeah. Now, if they could just teach Robert Merrill and Richard Tucker to do that stuff, I'd go more often. They just sort of stand there and sing their hearts out, you know? Well, now, let us meet a man who is from, and therefore knows all about, the Chinese opera.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Edward Young.
Number two.
My name is Edward Young.
Number three.
My name is Edward Young.
And here is the story of Edward Young. He says, I, Edward Young, am the director of the National Chinese Opera Theater from the Republic of China in Taiwan. The Chinese opera is not at all what Westerners call opera. Instead, it's an interesting melange of singing, dancing, pantomime, and acrobatics, all presented with sumptuous costumes and fantastic makeup. The specially trained falsetto voice of the Chinese opera star is sometimes discordant to most Western ears. Listen to this and you'll see what I mean. The elaborate makeup is really a painted mask to tell the audience in advance about the character that is being portrayed. In many cases, color tells the story. Now let's take a look. A red face tells that the person is heroic, brave, and loyal, while a complicated and grotesque makeup with many little lines indicates a violent character. One of the most famous scenes in the Chinese opera repertoire is this pantomime duel, which purportedly takes place in the dark. It is also a classic example of the martial art of Kung Fu. Our troupe of 80 performers and musicians have made 2 North American tours. It's an exciting and exhilarating experience. Our only real problem is dietary. You see, it's not always easy to find a really good Chinese restaurant. Signed, Edward Young. And we'll question the gentleman in exactly 2 minutes and 2 seconds after our sponsors sing their own peculiar song.
It's a week of students who are not afraid of a pop quiz.
Christopher Columbus.
You got it!
You got the bank. BUZZR's Back to School Week is back. Starts August 12th on BUZZR. Let's play.
I'm a Kappa Delta.
And I fly Delta most often.
University of Maryland Global Campus is a school for real life, one that values the successes you've already achieved. Earn up to 90 undergraduate credits for relevant experience and get the support you need from your first day to graduation day and beyond. What will your next success be?
Does a physical or mental health condition keep you from working? Do you need help applying for disability benefits? Or have you already been denied disability? Call Disability Help today. Get the Social Security disability benefits you deserve. Get connected with disability representatives nationwide without leaving your home. Social Security disability cases are time sensitive. Don't wait and call the number on your screen now.
At Harry's, we designed our razors to start sharp and stay smooth, so your 8th shave is as smooth as your first. And at as little as $2 per blade, they cost half of what the other guys charge. Wake up to Harry's. Get your trial set for just $7 at harrys.com/smooth.
All right, friends, these three gentlemen across the way all claim to be Edward Young, the director of the National Chinese Opera Theater. And let us start the questioning with the inscrutable Henry Morgan.
Thank you. Number one, in Chinese opera, when a character comes on stage and he has wild hair out this way, usually I think it's white, what does he represent?
It represents different characters. Those are not hair, but customs.
Different customs?
Yes, sir.
I see. Number two, may I ask you exactly the same question?
Well, usually it's a demon or heavenly warriors or some sort of that characters.
All right, thank you, sir. Number three, how long does a usual Chinese opera run in one performance?
Well, I would say from 3 to 4 hours, depend on the opera.
All right, we got 3 or 4 hours there, and we're going to go to Kitty.
Thank you. Number two, are these operas ever written by contemporary composers, or are they all classical operas?
All classical.
Thank you. Number three, there are no modern composers of Chinese opera? Number three?
Excuse me. Yes, there are some contemporary operas written today, for instance, in Hong Kong.
Thank you. Number one, are they all performed by men?
No.
There are women as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, number two, then what is the purpose of the falsetto voice?
It indicates girls.
Oh, but all
All
men,
girls.
they're all men in your performances?
Well, that's right.
I see. And number three, where do you play?
Where, in the United States?
Yes.
Well, we play in Spokane. We play in Princeton last night.
I see. Thank you. Number two, give me a name of a good Chinese restaurant in New York.
Sorry. Oh, my, what a terrible time to interrupt you. I'd love to know myself. Bill Cullen, however, is on.
Well, I'm not going to let a thing like that go by. Number two, give me a name of a good... was it a Chinese restaurant? Yes, I heard.
Yeah.
In New York.
Well, there are a lot of good Chinese restaurants here in New York City, but now we eat at Lotus Eaters.
Number one, the great deal of acrobatics that your group was doing back there and seemed to appear in most of the Chinese operas, is that something, the Chinese seem to be better at that sort of thing than anybody else. Is that something they're taught from childhood?
Yes.
Number three, a fellow coming to be in your troupe, does he have to, how many persons do you have trying for each single spot in your troupe?
Well, sometimes we try quite a lot, from 10 to 15 people, and find out what is his real talent.
Now, about on that line, number two, do the singers also do the acrobatics, or do you have some people who merely sing, or not merely, but sing only, and others who do the acrobatics?
That's right. Singers as well as acrobats.
How many notes?
All right, we're going to go Peggy Cass.
Number one, do you have a special school where people learn to be in the opera?
Yes.
Thank you. And how long does the training take?
It depends on an individual's ability and usually takes a long time.
Number three, we didn't ask you, do you have women in the Chinese opera?
Yes.
And, well, okay then, are those women that are singing in those high voices?
Yes.
But
high pitch.
High pitch. Well, are the women singing in a falsetto too?
What do you mean by that?
Way up. I don't know what I mean. Yes, basically up, right, okay. Number two, do you have tragedies and comedies, or are they all tragedies?
Well, I would say we have civil versus military operas.
Oh. Civil versus military.
I not only loved his answer, I love Peggy's reception of it. Oh, yeah. Well, on that, we must mark our ballots, and we must decide whether we think it's number one, or do we think it's number two, or do we think it's number three. I believe you know we pay $50 for each wrong vote. The group gets $500 if nobody comes up with the right gentleman. And Henry starts, please.
Yes. Well, number three said the usual Chinese opera runs 3 or 4 hours, but I seem to remember that some of them run all day.
Did you see me?
No, they don't even seem, they do. Number one said He didn't know what this makeup, and it is significant. Number 2 was the answer I was looking for. Demons usually, or ghosts, right? So on this insufficient knowledge, I vote for number 2.
It may turn out to be sufficient knowledge. We don't know yet. We've got just 2.
Oh.
And
well, I ruled out number 1 on the basis of your question about the people with the white hair. And number 2 seems to know an awful lot, and I think he's the real one, but I voted for number 3.
So we got a 2 and a 3, and we got a Bill Cullen coming out.
I had a marvelous reason for voting for number 3 until Peggy let out with that note as an example, and it knocked the idea out of my head. It cleared my sinuses, too, for that matter, but I voted for number 3.
Pair of 3s and a 2, and Peggy, what do you think?
I think number 2 owns the Lotus Eaters restaurant. He was giving it a plug. And I think number 1 didn't know about the white hair. And number 3 seems so cheerful. I mean, he would keep a happy company, so I voted for him. He's really a cheerful person.
So there we are. The votes are in. Will the real Edward Young, sir, please stand up. Hooray! As Henry's man. Thank you, Mr. Young. Number 1, sir, tell us about yourself. Tell us what your name is and what you do.
My name is Ronald Lee. I am the owner and manager of the Oriental Luau restaurant in Old Tappan, New Jersey.
Oriental. And number 3, sir, tell us about you.
My name is James Chung. I'm a PR manager for Fuji Photo Film Company.
Oh, yes. Well, very well. I don't know about you, but I didn't get to see enough of the amazing acrobats from the National Chinese Opera. Strangely enough, now watch and see how many of their things seem to come from the Russian. Here they go.
Oh, boy.
Boy, that's hard. Look at that. Look how high that foot goes, up on the hand. Chinese opera. Thank you, Mr. Young, and thank you, imposters. Marvelous. Now, next we're going to meet a man who participated in a famous underwater expedition. Project Famous, as a matter of fact, is the name of it. But first, a few words from our clients.
Home warranty.
Focus.
Warranty. Yes, focus on an American Home Shield warranty. It can protect your covered home systems and appliances, like this AC, with a repair or replacement.
Yes, thank you.
Home.
It's ohm, not home.
Yeah, it's Pretty sure it's home.
American Home Shield. Sign up today at ahs.com.
Hey folks, Chris Coonahan here with Leaf Filter, America's largest gutter and gutter protection company. Leaf Filter has over 150 locations and has been installed on over 1 million homes. We've been protecting homes now for over 20 years. Our patented technology offers total protection for your home and comes with a lifetime transferable warranty. The process is simple. Give us a call to schedule your free gutter inspection. If you decide to move forward with the project, you put nothing down at all. 833 Leaf Filter or visit leaffilter.com today.
I have PCOS. It can cause unexplainable weight gain. Having to go through Weight Watchers Clinic and now taking a GLP-1, you just feel that extra level of support. And I'm like 2 pounds away from my goal weight, which is like
Da Vinci gave me twice the pits and private parts, which makes me smell twice as bad.
A PU?
That's why I use Mando whole body deodorant. The manly deodorant for all the manly crevasses of my manly body.
Mando, he smells good.
Mando doesn't just block odor all day. It controls odor for 72 hours. With cologne quality scents. Roma wasn't built in a day. But with Mando, you can smell good for 3 of them. So if you want to smell better naked, then go to shopmando.com today.
Now let's meet our underwater explorer.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Robert Ballard.
Number 2.
My name is Robert Ballard.
Number 3.
My name is Robert Ballard.
And here is Robert Ballard's deep water dithyramb. Says here, I, Robert Ballard, am a geologist and deep sea diver. During the summer of 1974, I participated in an expedition that prowled the depths of the Atlantic Ocean. Never before had any portion of the deep sea floor been so extensively studied. On 20 different occasions, our deep diving submarine, Alvin, plunged into the Rift Valley and Transverse Canyons at the depth of 8,500 feet. Let's look at a few photographs. Here, the 4-foot arm of Alvin is obtaining volcanic and rock samples for future study. And this is a large lava pillow. Lava from the Earth's interior flows into the North American and African plates. Incidentally, it is now believed that the Earth's outer shell consists of about 20 such plates. And here is a sponge growing in the Rift Valley. Examination of this rift tended to prove that the ocean floor is being pulled apart. Each year, the Atlantic Ocean expands by about an inch, while the Pacific loses an inch. Our undersea expedition, a cooperative French-American study, was known simply as Project Famous. Signed, Robert Ballard. And let us turn these deep matters over to Peggy Katz.
Thank you. Number 3, where does the Rift Valley extend from? Where to? From?
It's very long. It starts in the Arctic Ocean, extends to the Atlantic and around and into the Pacific.
And what about on ground? I mean, on dry land, where's the Rift Valley?
It doesn't occur on dry land.
It does not?
No.
The Rift Valley does not occur. Okay, thank you. Number 1, do you believe South Africa and South America were ever attached?
Yes, they were. No question about it. Paleozoic structures indicate that the South Atlantic, that portion of the continent you're referring to, was attached during the Cenozoic period.
Thank you. Now, number 2, what's gneiss?
I don't know.
Number 3, what's scree?
Don't know.
Number 1, why'd you call your submarine Alvin?
Well, it's just a nickname. It was better than the TS-170.
Oh, I think the name Alvin.
They call it.
Cute.
That's what the Navy called it.
Number 2, oh, were you in the Navy, number 1?
Yes, I was.
Oh, number 3.
Oh, sorry, Piggy. With your gneiss and scree, you've been doing the same crossword puzzles I've been doing. Yeah. Let's go to Henry Morgan, please.
What, isn't that pronounced nice?
I wanted to make sure he knew it was gneiss. He might have thought I just meant nice.
No, that's rocks, isn't it?
Yes.
Scree is too.
Yes, I do the crossword puzzles. He's
Boy,
right.
you had me scared to death. Number 2. It says here that according to you, or science in general, the Atlantic Ocean is enlarging by an inch a year?
Yes.
Measured from where?
Measured from Europe to the North American continent.
Got a long tape? No, I really, how could you make a statement like that?
They measure how much the water moves up onto the continents.
But don't the shores erode?
Right, well, the water's moving up and it's eroding the soil at the same time.
Oh, number 3.
And that's a funny picture. Let's go to Kitty.
Number 3, how far down do you get before you get the bends?
Well, in a submarine, you're in a 1 atmosphere, so you don't get the bends inside the submarine.
But if you were not inside the submarine?
You get the bends by coming up rapidly from a variety of different depths.
Oh, I see. Number 2, what are plates?
Plates are layers that surround the Earth. There's about 20 of them, and they're the outer crust of the Earth that surrounds the Earth.
Oh, number 1, how long do you stay down when you go down?
About 10 hours.
Oh, only 10 hours at a time?
Yes, 10 hours at a time.
And number one, if the Atlantic Ocean is expanding, what makes the Pacific Ocean contract? Is it taking away one from the other?
The Earth has only a given amount of mass, and what is taken up from the Atlantic Ocean is going to be, of course, returned to the Pacific or to other oceans around the world. You know, the mass has to go somewhere, so it contracts in one area and it takes up in the other.
Thank you. Number two, when you...
And on down to Bill Cullen, please.
Number 3, in answer to one of the questions, number 1 said that Alvin, the name of the submarine, was just a nickname. Is Alvin short for anything? Is it
Short
acronym?
for Alan Vine, who is at Woods Hole Oceanographic, was named after him.
Immediately outside the submarine, number 3, what is the PSI as far as you've been able to determine?
Well, at 9,000 feet, it's approximately 4,000 PSI.
And now, would you explain, gentlemen, PSI to us all?
Pounds per square inch.
Yeah.
Pounds per square inch.
Gee
Now you
whiz.
spoil my next question.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, that's all right. Number 1, what is it inside the submarine?
What, inside the submarine is just normal.
And what is that, number 1?
It's 14.
Number 2, we mentioned the submarine atmosphere. What do you breathe down there?
Basically air that we bring down, but we recirculate it with more oxygen.
Can you tell us how much air you take down, you know, how long before you have to start recirculating?
After about an hour, we use up what we have supplied in air from surface level, and then we bring in oxygen to supplement it. And then we have lithium hydroxide.
And there we go. No matter how many PSI, we have got ourselves a bell, and that means that we must mark our ballots, decide whether it's number 1, or number 2, or number 3. And Peggy gets to go.
You asked for it, and we got it. A full-throttle 3-hour block of Match Day, Match Day, Match Day. Weekdays at 5 on BUZZR. Let's play.
Before I would ever give a product to a patient, I tried it on myself. So I started taking Super Beets, and I said, wow, Super Beets is a game changer.
It's given me the energy that I want, the blood pressure support that I need.
Circulation, heart health.
You feel like you can get things done.
I really am feeling a difference.
I just love it.
Over 1 million people have put Super Beets blood pressure support supplements to the test. And today, we have over 80,000 5-star ratings and reviews. We're trusted by over 120 pro and college sports teams. Super Beets is the only #1 doctor, pharmacist, and cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support.
It helps dilate blood vessels. It helps increase my circulation. It's having a beneficial effect on my heart and my energy. It makes me healthier.
My grandkids say, Grandma, I can't keep up with you. Where do you get your energy from? And I said, Super Beets.
Get a free month supply, plus free shipping and a 90-day money-back guarantee on all bundles, exclusively when you call or visit superbeets.com.
I've shaved every day for 20 years. A couple times a week. Just for special occasions. Shaving gets me ready for my day. I feel more confident clean shaven. But I'm tired of overpaying for a close shave. With Harry's, I don't have to. Harry's offers 5-blade closeness and comfort. It's got all the features that I love.
And refills cost as low as $2 each.
Only half of what I paid before.
It's a premium shaving experience without the premium price tag.
Go to harrys.com/TV to claim your $5 trial.
Look, we know it's going to be a big change.
But it's the right thing to do for all of us.
It's just your mother and I want different things.
Which is why we got Sling TV.
So we can watch live and free TV all in one app?
That's right.
Dad gets live sports and news, and I get my reality shows.
And when we don't want to pay, your mom and I can still get hundreds of channels for free.
Sling is really keeping this family together.
You have no idea.
You have no idea.
Sling, the live TV you love. Sling.
Lucky child.
They all knew a lot of stuff, but 2 and 3 didn't know anything about rocks. And #1 is a geologist. If you're a geologist, you got to know something about rocks. So I voted for #1, the rock hound.
All righty, so we got a #1, Sean. Got Henry Morgan coming out.
I started to write too, but Peggy started to talk and changed my mind. She brought up the geology thing, and that I had forgotten that, because even I know scree from nice. And while nice may not be scree, scree is not nice. And therefore, I may hang myself for #1.
You voted for a #1. All right, a pair of ones, and we're going to go to Kitty.
Well, #1 gave us a lot of information about Paleolithic and I don't know, all that stuff that would connected the continents. But I think #2 looks like a deep sea diver, and he is nice.
So we've got a pair of twos, a pair of ones and 1, 2, and Bill Cullen, where are you going to go?
Well, Number 3, I asked that great question about the PSI, then he gave me a logical sounding answer, and I have no idea what the answer is. But I like him personally, so I voted for good number 3.
Good number 3? All right, that's the way it goes here. The votes are in. Will the real Dr. Robert Ballard please, sir, surface? Dr. Ballard. Dr. Ballard, let's find out who your imposters are. Very good. Number 1, sir, what is your real name? What do you do?
My name is William Greenberg. I'm an attorney in Manhattan.
Oh, how about that? Number 2, will you tell us about you, please?
My name is John Tuckerman. I'm a portrait photographer in Philadelphia.
Dr. Ballard, you mentioned Woods Hole before. Is this where you're based?
Yes. Many of the scientists involved in the project, plus the submarine, is based in Woods Hole, Massachusetts, on Cape Cod.
Shouldn't it be, and I'm not questioning your integrity, but I'm surprised that a geologist would not know about gneiss and scree.
Well, she didn't ask me about gneiss. She said screen. I think she meant schist.
I did not. I meant scree. S-C-R-E-E.
All right. Well, I thought you were referring to schist.
No, no, no.
Okay.
I wouldn't dare say that. I don't.
That's why I didn't say anything.
I think the time has come, friends, for us to say thank you very much, Dr. Ballard. We have gone deep enough.
The ones who keep facilities up and running know that the right partner can turn every challenge into mission accomplished. Industrial-grade products backed by professional-grade expertise. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hello, I'm former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. A lot of times you can't control the amount of sleep that you're getting. You can't fall asleep or you're tossing and turning all night. You can't get the sleep you need to stay healthy. I know, it's scary, unless you use Relaxium Sleep. Relaxium Sleep is a product that's made from natural ingredients, and it usually works from the very first night you try it. It helps you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up refreshed, earning your body those quality hours of sleep that it desperately needs.
Join the hundreds of thousands of people who've experienced the relief and health benefits from getting a great night's sleep and get Relaxium Sleep.
The first time I took Relaxium and I slept through the night, I thought, wow, this worked for me. I could not believe it.
Relaxium Sleep is studied, tested, and designed by a neurologist to help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed.
Relaxium Sleep worked from the very first night I took it. I had more focus and mental clarity than I've had in years.
Relaxium is drug-free and not addictive, so you can take Relaxium every night and never worry about side effects. And the best part is, it can start working from the very first night.
When I take Relaxium Sleep, I sleep better than I have in years.
I wake up feeling like I've had the best night's sleep.
Stop being afraid and start sleeping your fears away with Relaxium Sleep. Your body and your mind will thank you.
Mike Huckabee is so confident that Relaxium will work for you, he's asked us to give away 1,000 bottles.
If you're not getting calm enough to go to sleep, take Relaxium Sleep. I promise you it'll work.
Get your risk-free bottle of Relaxium Sleep now. It's guaranteed to work or your money back. Visit TryRelaxium.com or call 800-418-1635. That's TryRelaxium.com or call 800-418-1635.
Well, friends, we're all out of time. Oh, scree. Our supper characters today. This is Bill Wendell speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Tamlin production.